Hey guys, it's Trina, and I recently read the book Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, and if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know exactly how I felt about this book. I loved it so much. If you are a new viewer, you may not know this about me, but I primarily am a library reader. This book was no exception. I checked it out from my library and I read it, and I loved it so much that I went out and bought my own copy of it the very next day because I had to own this book. I loved it that much. I needed this in my life long term. So what I want to do is share my love of this book with you guys and give you 6 reasons why I think you should check out this book if you haven't yet. All 6 of these reasons are going to be things that are contained within the story here, but none of them are going to include any spoilers. Let's just have Simon on both sides of me. That's a little too much. So reason number 1 that you should check out this book is if you're looking for more diversity in what you are reading, because heck yes, diversity, this book has it in spades. Not only is our main character Simon a gay male character, but also we have at least 2 side/main characters that are black. They are African American. Then you have 2 side characters/main characters that are also Jewish, and that religion is explored a little bit in this book because it does take place partially over the Christmas and Hanukkah holidays. And also this book includes 2 relationships that are interracial relationships. All of those things make this book incredibly diverse. Reason number 2 that you should read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda is if you have ever been in an online relationship. I probably should have told you a little bit about the premise of this book, but the premise is that Simon is in a secret online email relationship with another gay boy from his school, and neither one of them are out and neither one of them know who each other's real identities are. So there's a lot of emailing back and forth, and for the first half of the book, about every other chapter is a chapter just full of their emails back and forth. I have been in online relationships, and I felt like she just captured that feeling of how strange it can be when you realize that you're closer to this person that you don't even know, that you haven't met yet, than you are to some of your real life friends. So I definitely think that if you've had an internet romance, that this would resonate with you deeply as well, and it was just the cutest thing, the cutest thing. The third reason you should read this book is if you want YA with more adult character involvement, because there are some amazing adult characters in Simon. We have Simon's parents, which are actually involved with him. You can tell that they really care about him. It's definitely not an absent parent situation, not that kind of book at all. They are there, they are involved. Simon is having to deal with telling his parents, not only just coming out, but also dealing with his parents and getting to know that he is in a relationship, which is kind of awkward for anybody when you're that age and you haven't been in a relationship yet. His parents were great examples of parents in YA. There was also a really incredible adult teacher character in Simon's life that steps in and stands up for him and takes the appropriate actions that a teacher should take being involved in a student's life and well-being. So I just think that this book had some really great shining examples of adult characters and how teenagers and adults can interact in a very healthy way. The fourth reason you should read this book is if you like books with amazing friend groups. Simon, I guess, would kind of describe himself as a geeky drama nerd, but one of his best friends is actually on the soccer team, and his other best friend, she's into manga and she draws a lot. And then the fourth friend in this main core friend group is kind of just like the social butterfly. She gets along with anyone and everyone, and I loved seeing this mix of high school cliques because that's very much how it was when I was in high school. I loved that this book didn't pigeonhole its characters, and his friends didn't just defy stereotypes. They were actually amazing friends to Simon. There's a lot of conflict that occurs within this friend group, and I felt like it was very realistic, and at times some of the characters were dramatic, but I never felt like the conflicts between the friends in this book were added just to create drama or just to create a plot twist or move the plot forward. These characters just were really reacting to a situation that did actually impact them. They were always there for Simon and for each other, and I just thought that it was a wonderful portrayal of friendship. Reason number 5 to pick this one up would be if you want a YA book without that extra dose of angst. These characters are very real and raw without being overly angsty. There's a little bit of teen angst because of just this situation of Simon having to come out to his friends and his family, which he is nervous to do, and also dealing with first love, but it was not over the top. I never felt frustrated reading this. I felt like Simon just interpreted and dealt with his emotions in a very realistic way. The last reason that I have for why you should read Simon is because of its rereadability. As soon as I was done with this book, I actually picked it up again and reread it immediately. There is a fair amount of mystery to this story because of the way that Simon's online relationship is set up and how we don't know who it is he's been talking to. So after you find out who that person is, it kind of lends a whole new light to some of Simon's reactions and some of the emails from the other character if you go back and reread it. So there's definitely value in a reread here. You can read this book multiple times. I got something new out of it and picked up on new details and got a whole new meaning for certain scenes because of that. So that's definitely a great trait of a book when it can be reread and when you want to reread it. There are so many other amazing things about this book, but those are the 6 main reasons that I have that I think you should check this book out if you haven't already. If you have read this book, please let me know what you thought of it down below, and if any of these reasons have convinced you to pick it up, definitely let me know that too. I literally cannot stop gushing about it. Like, I am dreaming about this book. My obsession has gotten to that point. So one of my friends actually told me this is your new not a drop to drink, Trina. You're going to be pushing this book on everybody this year. So that is what you can look forward to this year on my channel. Pushing this book. Probably. Maybe. Probably. I hope that I have given you some reasons to pick this one up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye!